Hi everybody, Anna here from Denzel's Dog Training. I'm not with Denzel this morning because he's out with his favourite sitter from Lincoln Dog Sitting, wearing an elf jumper and wowing the public of Lincoln. So I'm taking this moment to talk to you about something serious today, which is red flag dog behaviour, which is when dog behaviour starts getting dangerous, often misdiagnosed as something that's not important or just being cute or just trying to get close to someone or something. So yesterday I spoke to two people. If you're watching either of these people, please take note of what I'm about to say. So there's been a lot of things in the press recently about dogs and dog bites in particular, and of course referencing the XL Bully breed. Sadly, yet again, however, there is a huge increase in dog bites across the board involving all kinds of breeds and smaller dogs too, so including Jack Russells, including Dachshunds, including every kind of terrier imaginable. So one person spoke to me about a Dachshund of 3 years of age who was showing signs of getting quite close or wanting to protect or be possessive over a small child. This is not good at all. That dog should not be near a small child. Even if you're in the room, you have to be monitoring these situations at all times. If your dog thinks it can actually claim a child as an object that it wants to be close to or possess, you need to nip that in the bud immediately. And the way you do this is when the dog goes into that behavior mode, you give it a very clear and firm no, and you push the dog away. Excuse me, it's so cold outside, I'm still hoarse. When I say push, I don't mean shove, I mean push, very firmly, flat hand, like swipe right, but that of course means something else, never mind that. Push the dog away. Keep doing it. When the dog eventually looks at you, it will understand it's not supposed to do that. You might also redirect the dog, which is give the dog something else to do. You may not go near that baby, but you may have this instead. So making it clear, not this, but that. If you can do that and stay consistent with that, you will see a change. In the second instance, there is a young woman living at home with her partner, with a dog, that has decided it's fine for dogs to be on the sofa. That's great. However, the young woman is quite firm and clear with the dog, and the partner isn't. The partner does all of the kind of babying stuff, or what I call the pandering, too much coddling of the dog. Oh, it's just being cute. So what the dog's starting to do now is to curl up on the partner on the sofa and actually get between the young woman and her partner when she's on the sofa. So worming its way between them. So already taking up space, making sure the objects of affection can be separated, and again, claiming possession over the partner. Again, this is not good. Your dog should not be doing this. Absolutely no way. So what has to happen here is the partner has to step up, stand up, and push the dog off the sofa. Again, not a shove. Stand up, push, off. Then tell the dog to sit. So you're asking for a behavior. I want you to do this. Then the female partner can invite the dog up. So the dog comes up by invitation only, and the dog can settle next to her. No, you're not getting in the middle of us, you're settling next to me, or it's off again. So you're setting the boundaries, you're setting the rules. If it's okay for you sometimes to have the dog between you, that's great. You can do that. But when a dog is claiming ownership over a person, let's face it, some people find it flattering. Oh, my dog just wants to protect me. No, he doesn't. He's possessing you. He's claiming you. That's very different. This is where a lot of problems start, which is where people cannot diagnose, they cannot identify dog behavior. This is the same reason why a lot of bites happen, especially bites involving small children. Quite often the parents are in the room. The child is close to the dog. Anything involving small children making high-pitched squeals or squeaks, incredibly dangerous to dogs that may have a prey drive, even if it has been unused up to now. Hearing that kind of noise, seeing a clumsy toddler moving around, maybe falling over, this can actually activate dogs in some cases, and does. So I would be really, really cautious about that. People are being way too careless with children around dogs at the moment. So hospitals are seeing many bites directly to the face of small children. This is just unacceptable. This level of ignorance about dog behaviour is unacceptable. As is the idea that just being kind and nice and loving on your dog can fix all sorts of problems. It actually can't. So in many cases, people are being so lenient with their dogs in the home, allowing them the free run of the house, not giving them any sign of correction when they're doing something that is unwanted or undesirable. Oh, he's just jumping. Oh, he's just doing that, especially when the dog is small. So small dogs are being treated as if, puppies are always being treated as if they will stay small when in fact they're going to grow larger, and behaviours will escalate if left ignored. On a website recently for Staffy lovers, of which I am one, there was a woman posting about her young Staffy. I think maybe, I can't remember the age, could have been 9 months old. Anyway, this Staffy was, actually it was a cross, was jumping up on everybody, including her child. She'd been out with the dog and the dog had jumped up on someone else's pram. She'd only just been able to get it off. So this kind of behaviour happening, and all through that shed, a lot of those comments were, oh, he's just a puppy. It'll stop. Oh, that's typical Staffy behaviour. He'll grow out of it. He'll stop. What? Are you kidding me? It'll just stop? What? Insane. Absolutely insane. No. Stop that behaviour. Get it stopped. The dog needs to be on a lead in the home. A lot of people don't realise using a lead in the home saves you lots of problems later, especially with young dogs. The dog shouldn't be able to go wherever it wants, all the time, wherever it wants, get whatever it wants, follow you where it wants all the time. Give the dog a sense of boundaries. I want you to stay there and you're going to stay there. So I want you to do this, I need you to do this. I don't want you to jump, you're not going to jump. If you don't have a lead on the dog, you have no leverage at all. You're also making the big mistake of always getting your dog by a collar or trying to physically move the dog around with your hands. And if it's a puppy, you're always picking up the dog, taking its paws off the floor, always moving it up. This isn't good for the dog. For dogs that get really pissed off with this behaviour, they're just going to turn around and snap at you at some point. If you're always on a dog's collar, getting it off this, moving it over there. With a lead, you can actually steer the dog around. Just cut the handle off so there's no loop that can get attached to a doorknob or anything like that. Just have it quite short, maybe just that long. Have a lead that can trail around. It won't hurt the dog. The dog will be fine. And just be able to steer the dog around. And then when the dog jumps up, you have the lead and you just direct it down, off, and give it some pressure. Again, not yanking, pressure. So words have meanings. Words don't mean go crazy at the dog, be mean to the dog, hurt the dog. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being clear and firm. Dogs are physical. They're physical creatures. If you ever watch dogs communicate, they're not going up saying, excuse me, would you mind getting off my spot, please? Excuse me, would you mind moving away from my food bowl? They won't. They're going to go up and push you out of the way. They will push that other dog out of the way. Dogs in a sun puddle, in a bed, the dogs will just walk right up and take the spot they need and physically barge in to the space they want, moving the other dog. So this is the same as you standing up, pushing your dog off the sofa. It's like, no, it's my spot. This is my territory. I'm saying if you can come here or not. That's setting boundaries. That's setting a rule for your home. If you are in the position where your dog is setting the rules of the home and not following any boundaries and in fact making its own rules up as it goes along, you are kind of in trouble. And this is where calling a trainer is probably the best thing you could do. Sometimes you just need an outside eye to know where you're going wrong. As many people are saying, well, I'm telling my dog no, I'm telling my dog off. But I'm at the point now I don't even know what telling off means. It seems to be quite meaningless if it's not followed by some kind of reaction. So when I say use the word no, that has no impact unless you're using something physical after that, such as to the small dog trying to own the baby, saying no and pushing the dog away. That's a physical action. The same as saying no to the dog off the sofa, pushing the dog off. So something physical is what dogs understand. We humans are talkers. We talk, we yak, yak. Dogs hear our voices all the time and they're quite likely to ignore us. When you pair a correction, a word like no, with a physical action, it's easier for the dog to understand. If you are just going to say no, 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 stop, Hector, Lester, whatever the dog's name is over and over again, this doesn't work either. If your dog can just hear its name constantly in connection with the no word or a stop word, this really won't help you at all. So please Give a consequence to the word no and make it make sense for your dog. Hope this helps you.